Alright, boys and girls, and welcome to Gordon Guitar. We have a beautiful, calm song, so to speak, from Gregory and ISAKOV. It's called Appaloosa Bones. So we like this one. Very easy to play, and we have this one strumming pattern that will work for the song. With this kind of songs, it goes usually by feel, and this is no exception from that. Sometimes a little bit different when it comes to strumming, but we have one strumming pattern that will be as close as possible to call anything like strumming pattern that works through the entire song. So that's what we're gonna work with. Let's start with this, and no need for any capo on this one. We have 6 chords, all right, so let's go over them like we usually do. We have the first one, the G, so that is 3rd on E, 2nd on A, open D, open G, 3rd B, and 3rd E. Next is the D, open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and 2nd E. C next, so 3rd on A, 2nd on D, open G, 1st B, and open E. Then we have 2 bar chords coming up here. First one is the F, so that's a bar placed on the 1st fret over all strings, and then you need to add 3rd on A, 3rd on D, and 2nd on G. There's your F. The next one is the B7. I prefer to take that as a bar chord. So you place the bar now on the 2nd fret, and you don't have to bar the last E here in the bass, but the 5 strings from bottom up you have to, and then the rest you need to add is 4th on D and 4th on B, B7. And then finally we have the E minor. So that is open E, 2nd A, 2nd D, open G, open B, and open E. Alright, so to be ready to go into the song, we need to learn the strumming pattern, and from there on it will be very easy to handle this and play the song. So we will learn the strumming now with the G, since that is the 1st chord. So grab that one. And when you have the G there, you're gonna play down, down, up, down, up. That's one round. So down, and then big pause, and then down, and pause again, and then up, down, up, a little bit faster. So, okay. I prefer to play the 2 downs here. The first down on the bass strings, and then the 2nd down I answer on the top mid strings down here. So that gives a little bit of variation into this and color into this strumming here. So down, down, up, down, up. And the up, down, up I play still down there. So I just play on the bass strings, really emphasize the bass there in the first down. The rest is in the mid top strings. That's how I do it. I prefer that. So it's up to you, but the strumming is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And I mentioned that in the intro of this tutorial here, you could add more to it. It's by feel, this one. So you could do, instead of having big pauses there in the beginning, you could add an extra down, so it will be down, 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 up, up. You can even do it's up to you, you build it, but the main part here will be the one we learned. So down, down, up, down, up. And I would stick to that mostly, okay? So we have that finished and out of the way. Now we can go into the actual song here. So it starts with the first verse. You will play, and I can just mention the chords because you're gonna just play, you can just play along while I'm talking and you're playing. We can just go through the song like that. So I just mentioned the chords and the amount of strumming rounds you need to do. So it starts with the verse here. And before I go into the playing here, I can just mention that it's pretty much based upon two very similar, identical rounds of chord progression, but there one chord that differs. So I divided this verse into two different parts. The first part goes G1, D1, E minor 1, C1, and G1, D1, C2. Then you play it all over again, but instead of playing the E minor, which I played on the third chord here, G, D, E minor, now I replace that with F1 instead. Instead of E minor 1, we play F1. Everything else is the same. So second part will be G1, D1, now come the F1, and C1, G1, D1, and C2. So that's the only difference there. G1, D1. On the first round we have E minor 1, and the second round we have the F1, and then it continues C1, G1, D1, and C2. All right, so that is the verses explained. Now we have the chorus, okay? So was I that gone? That's where we're on the lyrics. It starts with the B7, 1, E minor 1, C1, and G1. Again, B7, 1, E minor 1, and then comes C1 plus 1 down only and a pause. So C, C, and a pause. So that's the chorus. So just to summarize that one, we have almost two similar rounds. It starts with B7, 1, E minor 1, C1, and G1. That's the first half. Then second round, B7, 1 again, E minor 1 again, then C1 plus 1 down only, and the pause. And that pause leads us into the kind of instrumental part, the post-chorus part, where we're gonna call it. And you're gonna play that instrumental part in the same way as you played verse part 1, okay? So the part 1 was the part with the E minor 1, not the F, the E minor 1, same chords there, G1, D1, E minor 1, C1, G1, D1, and C2. That's the instrumental part. All right, that takes us to the second verse, and now it's pretty much a repetition here. Second verse is played in the same way as the first one, and the same goes with the second chorus. No differences there. Then comes the bridge part, where he just sings hey, 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 and so on. So that part is played in the same way as the second round in the verse play. So that means now you're gonna play the F instead of the E minor. So F round, so to speak. Part 2, that is your bridge parts. Then comes the final third verse. And it's almost the same as the previous verses. The first part is, so you're gonna play like one verse as you played the ones before. And then you have just one extra prolonged part there. You're gonna play one down of the following chords, G, D, C, and G. Only one down, so that's how it ends. G, D, with this tempo, C, and beautiful G as an ending. And that pretty much covers Gregory Alan ISAKOV's Appaloosa Bones. Nice song, very suited for guitar, so give it a try if you like these kind of songs, and I hope you enjoy this. If you did, please let me know, thumb up the tutorial, and till next time guys, you know it, play tuned.